Everyone, it's KIREI here for Hip Kit Club, and I am using the fabulous new July cut files, Hello Summer, and some of the July kits. I've got the main kit, the embellishment kit, and the cardstock kit, and I'm just using elements from each of those. So I decided to cut my Hello Summer cut file into 2 layers in different pattern papers. So I've pulled out a couple of the pattern papers from the main kit, and I've used the Paradise, which is this deeper orange here, and then I've layered it up on Summer Sizzle, the pink one with the little orange dots all over it. So that's sort of where I started. Now, to be completely honest, couldn't quite decide on colours to back the hello and the summer, and so I actually cut it in another 2 different colorways just to decide, but I went with the oranges and the pinks. I love orange and pink together. I think it's really great color combo. But I do use one of the other layers a little bit later on. Anyway, you'll see that coming up. So I've gone with it. I've cut it quite large because I really wanted to make a statement as a main, as a main feature for my layout. So I've cut a piece of white cardstock down. I think that was to 11.5 inches square. And then I've pulled out, I love this sunset paper, but I decided to gut it so I could get a frame from it. It's called, it is actually called Sunset. And I'll probably be using that sunset paper later, I think. I've actually got a great photo to go with that one. So I'm cutting a frame. I'm just cutting the center, and it's a 1 inch frame, and then I'll layer my white cardstock over the top of the frame. I'm just going to obviously distress the edges. I do like to get that little bit of extra texture into my layouts before I get everything down. So so I'll get my frame put together, and then we can start to build the layout. But all of the cut files are fabulous for this month. And as a subscriber, you actually get free access to hundreds of different cut files. You can purchase them obviously individually, but as a subscriber, that's one of the fantastic benefits you get, is the access to all of those wonderful cut files. So this is just one, but there's some other fabulous ones for this month, obviously all quite summery themed, to tie into that beautiful kit. So I was sort of pausing there, and what I was going to do with the cut file, because I couldn't decide whether I would distress the edges or not. But I do obviously decide to distress the edges, and before I layer up the hello and the summer. Now, again, I like to get that dimension in, so I am going to stick them down and I've got foam pads here, so I get that extra layer. But I do love that. I like how it gets a bit of a differentiation between the two pieces of the cut file, actually, and you'll see that here, starting to see that here. So I don't think you're not going to see me do all of this sticking. Here we go. There we go. As if by magic, it's all done, and you can see that fabulous dimension. Here's those layers that I mentioned earlier. So I used actually one of the papers from the cardstock kit. It's called Cheeky, and it has a sort of a slightly ombre effect with little tiny dots all over it. And I used the slightly lighter part of that paper to cut this second layer. I actually decided I would layer it up again, so I've got sort of 3 layers to my cut file, and I really liked how that looked. So I've got 4 small photos that I've printed out on my selfie, and I'm just working out where they're going to sit. I think we're going to have top left and bottom right, and then I will create my embellishment clusters around that. So I'm just sort of playing around here with where they're going to sit. And then I'm going to pull in, already pulled out a sort of selection of embellishments that I thought worked really well. And I have the cardstock ephemera, which is from the main kit, but I also have some of those beautiful vellum florals, and they are in the embellishment kit, and they're the ones I'm layering up at the moment, though, with the leaves and those beautiful flowers there. So I've got those 2. And what else? I brought in the wood veneer. There's a little laser die cuts. They are also in the main kit. Just playing around here until I'm sort of happy with how it looks. I like to do this to sort of get a bit of a feel for where things are going to sit. And often I'll take a photo, particularly once I've got it all done, and then because I have to pull it off and then stick it back down again. But anyway, I'm obviously happy with where the two clusters are going to go, so I can get my title stuck down, and then I can actually start to get the other elements stuck down as well. So I've got a couple of tags from the ephemera kit, and I'm just distressing the edges. I have actually, off camera, I just added some thread through each of those. So an orange thread and a pink thread, just sort of coordinating with that. Really typically don't have naked tags, if you know what I mean. So I'll always have something usually tied through in a bow or whatever, but these I've just sort of looped through a few times. Just having a look at mounting my 4 photos, and I have this pretty floral paper here, and it is called Island Blooms from the main kit, and I will mount all my photos using this paper. I was going to go with a plainer one actually, but because I've used fairly sort of plain pattern papers for the hello and the summer, I actually could get away with using something that there was a little bit more to it, and I just like that it shows all the different colours that I'm working into this layout. So, of course, I'll get those edges distressed, and then I can add those. I think for the top 2 photos, I think, are we going to get them down? Yes, here we go. So I'm just getting those tags, getting those set. Now, I'm just adding some foam tape to the top of the top 2 photos there. I'm just fiddling around here, deciding that I'm happy with where they're sitting before I get them stuck down. There is a lot of moving around, I know, and hence why I do sometimes cut the video and then get things sorted out first, because it would take ages. This video would be really long because I'm so particular and I'm never quite happy. And so, yeah, so as you can see here, I'm still going. Anyway, here we go. Nearly stuck down, which is good. And then I can start to add the elements to the clusters here. So are we going to go? Yes, here we go. Hopefully, yeah. And we can start to get those stuck down. Now, another benefit of being a subscriber, obviously, it guarantees you the fabulous exclusive Hip Kit Club main kit every month. And then if you want to add on any of the other kits, you'll get an additional 15% discount on those, and then they ship free with your main kit, which is really great. So and some of those other kits are fabulous. I do love all the beautiful embellishments that coordinate. So yeah, so do pop on over to the website hipkitclub.net, and you will find all the details on how to become a subscriber if you're not already. Okay, so we've got a few more embellishments stuck down now, and we're working on that bottom cluster with my other 2 photos. And again, just deciding on how they're going to sit down. Okay, good. We can start to get some of the floral pieces and the palm trees stuck down. Now I'm not somewhere, exotic or anything. I'm actually on the coast in the UK, in Whitstable, and I was visiting a friend of mine. She's a friend from my Disney store days, and ever since we left, we still, are in contact, and we catch up once a quarter. So she'd actually just bought a flat down in Whitstable, and so I went down to stay with her for the night, and it was lovely. It was so pretty. I'd never been there before. There's a lovely beach. It's quite famous for sort of oysters. So there's lots of oysters, shells sort of all over the place. And it was really, really pretty. And it's a lovely little town centre with little independent shops. So I had a great time. Anyway, I'm nearly coming to the end, just adding in some of the puffy stickers here. There we go. I've added some journaling, obviously, as I always do. And then here are some of the close-ups. You can see the layered detail from the cut file and all those fabulous embellishments from the July kits. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the process video. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.